I don't know, maybe if I tried harder, then I would be where I want to be by now. I don't think I'll ever be good enough for this. If she could do it, why can't I? Why can't I just keep up like everyone else? I should be doing way more. Why do I feel like I'm running out of time constantly? Why bother? I can't get anything right. The negative self-talk, the disappointment, the guilt, the shame, the comparison. But why should we continue treating ourselves this way? We need to learn to extend our self-grace. Let's get into the video so we can talk about why this is important and how to do so. Hi butterflies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stephanie with a Y. Don't forget to. As you can tell from the title and the intro, today's video is going to be a very well needed video. This is something that is overlooked and not talked about enough, but something that we need deeply in our lives, and that is giving ourselves grace. Give yourself grace. If you find yourself relating to the intro or even experiencing any of these common signs, then you're in the right place. Fatigue, burnout, perfectionism, hard time letting go of mistakes, negative self-talk, or even avoiding self-care. Any or one of these definitely qualifies you, so you're right where you need to be. Unless you want to continue being a hypocrite and treating others better than you, or continuing to self-sabotage your life, then feel free. Keep scrolling. Go to the next. Otherwise, if you are ready to start healing and learning to love yourself and treat and talk to yourself better, then definitely stay tuned. Why? Why is it important to give ourselves grace? Well, first, you have to really look at what grace even means. The purpose of grace is to lift the burden of guilt, the burden of disappointment, feeling like a failure, inadequacy, etc. Giving yourself grace means to forgive yourself, the permission to acknowledge that it's okay, I'm human, right? You have to realize that we do not live in a perfect world. This is not Barbie's world. Everyone has imperfections, and that's totally fine. Matter of fact, that newest Barbie movie was beautifully directed, because they actually showed you how the imperfections made them who they are. They're all supposed to be on their own paths, and Barbie felt like something was off, right? I'm not going to get into it, but at the end of the day, this is not a perfect world. Perfect does not exist. And it's already tough enough that the world is what it is today. They push us to perfection, right? Especially with social media. They show you how to Photoshop and how to look perfect, smooth, flawless, right? And in a world that constantly pushes this narrative, of course we feel the pressure to be perfect. But we have to realize at the end of the day, it's just not realistic. We have to make mistakes in order to grow. It's already such a tough world to live in. I mean, I'm not going to get into the politics, but it's a scary, tough world that we live in, period. So knowing that you have to put that on your plate, the problems of your friends, your family on your plate, and now also your own issues on your plate, that's a full plate. Okay, you are going to unfortunately start internalizing these problems, and on top of that, you're talking to yourself crazy, negative, rude, harsh. What? You have to learn to give yourself grace and learn that, you know what, it's okay to need help. It's okay if I mess up doing this. It's okay if I don't do this. It is okay. We need to start being our own cheerleader instead of our biggest critic. It's just like I've said in past videos. If a friend, let's say, texts you 2 days later, do you respond like, "Took you long enough, can't do anything right? How do you even have friends? You're trash, you're terrible." Ugh. No, that wouldn't even be your friend. So look at the way that you treat your friends and you talk to your friends. How is it that you can treat them with so much grace and not even yourself? Research has shown that practicing self-compassion, allowing ourselves to make mistakes, and forgiving our imperfections actually strengthens resilience and emotional well-being. According to Dr. Kristen Neff, a pioneer in self-compassion research, people who practice self-compassion are better equipped to handle setbacks and stress. This is because they treat themselves with kindness, which activates the brain's soothing and comfort systems, which reduces stress and promotes positive mental health. This is because they treat themselves with kindness, which activates the brain's soothing and comfort systems, reducing stress and promoting positive mental health. So now let's get into some ways that we can practice self-compassion and showing ourselves grace. First things first is going to be that self-talk. The way that you talk to yourself is going to be number one, because that is everything. And I hope I don't have to go into how powerful our words are. So once you say it or even think it, that's reality for you. If you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I can't try, I shouldn't do this, I suck, I'm ugly, then of course you're going to believe that. So the first step is to be aware. You have to catch yourself when you are saying these harshful things. You have to call yourself out. It's definitely going to be hard, especially if it's something that you just do without even really thinking about. And trust me, I've been there. A lot of us have been there, where we're saying meaningful things to ourselves and we're just like, wait a minute, hold on. Run that back. That I shouldn't even have said that. Why did I say that? Shout out to my vloggers, because I know you guys can relate when you just have a clip where you do look, a little rough, and you tell your audience like, hey, sorry, I look like crap right now. Girl, no, you still a 10 out of 10 with makeup or without makeup. How dare you? You're not gonna go up to a friend and be like, yeah, you look tired, try again. So if you wouldn't say it to a friend, to your family member, don't say it to yourself. That is the rule. And it's all about that awareness. Once you realize you are saying something negative, stop and switch it up. Take it back, switch it up. Or reword it so that you can still kind of believe it. If you're trying something new, say, I'm learning. I don't have to be an expert at this. I'm going at my own pace. Switch it up so that it's still believable and it gives you grace at the same time to make mistakes. Which actually flows nicely into the next tip, which is responsibility. Giving yourself grace also means just taking responsibility and admitting when things go wrong. Admitting that you don't have to be a perfectionist at this, right? Admit to yourself that you are learning, that it's okay. It's okay to mess up here and there. Let's just take that move forward to move better. Which does actually flow into the next tip, which is setting realistic expectations. A lot of times, let's say for the 75 challenge that I'm currently doing, let's say I have never been active a day in my life and I automatically just say, yeah, we're going to do 2 workouts a day, every single day, no rest. How realistic is that for someone who's just starting in the fitness industry? I don't really see that mathing. Setting realistic expectations is key to practicing self-compassion because it aligns with recognizing your own limits and understanding that perfection isn't attainable, and being nicer and kinder to yourself during this process. And remember how I said that giving yourself grace is going to lift this burden. So if you are setting unrealistic expectations, you're going to have that burden of failure, of disappointment, which is why you have to plan for success. We don't just freeball it and assume that we can do something we've never tried before. Babe, it's okay. Slow down, Savannah. Slow down, Savannah. We're taking it one day at a time, one step at a time. And personally, having an unrealistic expectation or a goal just gives me anxiety. It freaks me out. I just get overwhelmed easily and I don't want to do it. I don't even want to start because I know. And being able to accomplish your goals, no matter how small or how big, is going to be a win. Because what? A win is a win. I understand you want to lose, let's say 50 pounds, but there's just no way that you can drown yourself in 2 to 3 workouts a day if you're just beginning. If you are a beginner, please don't do this. It's overwhelming and super stressful to even think about. Instead, break these goals down. I've already talked about how to set yourself up with goals the strategic way. Watch that video if you need to, but set it up so that it's smaller, much more attainable. Because not only is that going to increase your motivation and your drive, but when you do accomplish it, that's just going to be another win. Another great way to give yourself grace is to celebrate your wins. Way too often I hear people saying, yeah, my little business, my little job, my little car, I got my little nice car. Girl, take that little out of it. Yeah. Okay, you the big one, not the little. I don't care if you think it's a small little win. A win is still a win. Like literally, You are already 5% better than who you were yesterday or who you were last week. So why are you trying to downplay yourself? Why are you trying to... Don't play with yourself like that. Are you serious? So when it comes to giving grace, I need you to start celebrating that. I don't care if that means you need to go book yourself a massage, go on a solo date, go out to get drinks, or stay in. Do whatever makes you feel good. Hence why it's so important to continue doing your self-care. Your self-care is your self-love. If you're not taking care of yourself, then who will? Everyone else is running around trying to get their lives in order. So what are you waiting for? Create that self-care routine. Do the little things that make you feel good. Spoil yourself every chance you get because you are working hard. You deserve to know that, and you deserve that reminder. Another great way to give yourself grace is to take a break, especially with social media and constant posting, constant editing, constant this, constant that. Take a break. Whether this is from your job, from your family, or you just need a quick 10-30 minutes to yourself, take a break, take a breather. Just stop caring for anything. Literally let your brain rest. I actually have a video on social media detox where I break it down in steps so that you can take a break, because it can be hard for people. Trust me. If you want to see that video, I will link it down below or put it on the screen. However, this video was made to emphasize why it's important to take a break. Your mental health needs that. You need to know that the world is going to keep spinning. It's totally okay if you don't finish what you were supposed to. Why do you think vacation is such a thing? People love to travel and leave behind all the worries, all the responsibilities just for a few days or a week, right? You need to practice that same exact thing with your mental, with your... That honestly is one of my biggest forms of self-care, because Lord knows that I'll put in overtime, 2 a.m. as we speak, to do what I love, to create content. But I also have days where I chill out. I don't do anything. I don't even look at my computer. I don't look at my phone. I could care less. We are offline. And honestly, it is so rewarding for yourself just knowing that, you know what? You did that. You did great. And now let's chill. Let's relax. And this is especially for my butterflies that do experience burnout. Burnout is real. Please remind yourself that it is okay to rest. It is normal to recover. These athletes, these trained athletes have rest days. So why can't you? You in the NFL right now? You training for the NBA? So... and technically, when I think about it, rest is being productive. You're being productive for your body, your mental, your health. Okay? Rest is being productive. And honestly, you just think better, you work better, you do better when you're just clear up here. When you're well rested, oh, we can accomplish anything. It's like a shot of espresso just woke us up. Clear your mind, rest and recover. Reset as many times as you need. But just make sure you are fitting that in. Companies with proactive rest policies have a much lower rate of burnout than companies without these policies. For example, Gartner says that companies with proactive rest policies have a burnout rate of 2% compared to 22% at other companies. And for our last tip is just simply accepting that you're human. Accept that there are going to be mistakes. Accept that there will be hiccups. Accept that things will go wrong. We're just out here figuring things out. No one really even knows how life is supposed to go. Our plan never even really goes according to plan. Have you ever had a day so planned out to the T and everything went left? And sometimes it even turns out better than you expected. We are embracing our humanness and letting go of unrealistic things, unrealistic expectation, unrealistic goals. When we're kinder to ourselves, we make room for real growth, because we are no longer chained down by shame, self-criticism. If you're going through a rough time or even a rough day, let yourself feel it all. Let it be what it is. And just know that tomorrow is a new day waiting for you. With all of these steps, I really hope that you guys start to utilize this and make these great changes in your life. Like I said, it will take time, but as long as you are being aware and doing your best, That's all there is to it. I want you to be a friend to yourself. I want you to be kinder to yourself. And I want you to give yourself grace. If this is your last few seconds here, I do thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Join the familia by hitting the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next one. And without further ado, let's just get into our affirmations. Self-compassion affirmations. Repeat twice. I release the need for perfection and embrace my authentic self. Today, I choose to send love and forgiveness in my direction. I am a work in progress, and that's okay. I am enough just as I am. I am patient with myself and my progress. I acknowledge my strengths with gratitude. I am proud of who I am becoming. I am doing my best day by day, and that's all that matters. I am not defined by my mistakes. I choose the words I say to myself to be positive. I release the need for perfection and embrace my authentic self. Today I choose to send love and forgiveness in my direction. I am a work in progress, and that's okay. I am enough just as I am. I am patient with myself and my progress. I acknowledge my strengths with gratitude. I am proud of who I am becoming. I am doing my best day by day, and that's all that matters. I am not defined by my mistakes. I choose the words I say to myself to be positive. Thank you, butterflies. Until next time, I love you.